Welcome back to Unqualified and Educated. This will be a special Valentine's Day edition of Unqualified and Educated, coming to you live on Valentine's Day at 9 o'clock. What's up, Carl?
Does it like low key sound sad when you say that? It's like 9 o'clock on Valentine's Day. What are you doing?
Yeah, like, where were you at 9 o'clock on Valentine's Day in 2019?
I was in my room recording a podcast.
No, I'm actually, I'm glad to share this Valentine's Day with you, Carl.
I'm glad to.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, bro.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I did the same thing that I've done for the last 2 Valentine's Day. Kind of just chill.
Honestly, I think that's what I've done too.
Yeah, so I mean, Valentine's Day. We can get back to that. We can get back to that later. But so tell the people why we're really here.
All right, let me take charge of the topic docket today.
All right.
So the reason why we're here is our main focus is we're gonna have to just have a conversation here about Valentine's Day.
All right.
Just see how we feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but before that, something that I'm very passionate about, and something it seems like Robert, you're also pretty passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
These damn LED headlights that people got on their cars.
Okay. Yep.
So just let me just throw this out there to everybody listening. Right? It's raining now. Like, it's starting to rain now. You're out, you're driving, it's night. It's dark, you're out on a country road, so there's not that many lights. You're coasting, you got the droplets coming down. And then over this little mini ass hill, some Ford F1 650 pops up with his damn LED blue headlights blinding your ass. So you're just like, you're legitimately blinded. Like, what is the benefit to these lights?
Okay, I have no. I'm right there with you, bro. These LED lights, they are the worst. I don't care what anybody says about how, like, I guess they save energy. There's, as you know, they're bright as fuck.
They are bright.
They're super bright, right? They do, like, at some point, right? You gotta, if you're driving, especially if you're driving behind somebody, you got, as a responsible and respectable human being, you shouldn't be making it harder for the person that's driving in front of you to drive. You know what I mean? Like,
I understand.
You, like you said, like you can't see, like when a dude with an LED light or a woman or whatever, when they pull up behind you, you literally have to like look out the corner of the road because
you do
because you can't look at the rear view mirror, you can't look at your side mirrors. You gotta find some corner in the front window and look at the ground because you can't see anything.
So my guy Aaron, right?
This is the ASMR.
This is the ASMR, the ASMR storytelling. So my boy Aaron, right? He's my driver instructor.
Oh,
Asian. It was weird. He was an interesting fella. I remember one thing he said, you know what, if anyone...
Bro, back up off the mic, bro. This sounds so horrible. Get away from the mic, man.
All right. But he said, I remember this. You ready? He said, if anyone ever has these bright lights coming at you, just look down at the side of the road. Like, you look at the side of the road while you're driving.
Mm-hmm.
So I do that. I actually do that. It's something I practice.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me nervous because what you're looking at is your hands tend to follow it, So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I catch myself swerving to that side of the road that I'm staring at to prevent myself from being blinded. But even that doesn't protect you from these damn LED Headlights.
No, you're right, bro. I agree. Like I don't know, man. The LED lights, I always see them in like, especially like in the newer vehicles. And I don't want to stereotype anybody, but I'm gonna have to. Every person that drives with these, the brighter the LED light, the more douchebaggier the person looks. Now I'm not stereotyping on race or anything. I'm just saying the person, the brighter the lights, the douchebaggier the person looks. We talking black, Asian, Mexican, white, Middle Eastern, whatever you want to call it. Men,
and
woman.
And the bigger the truck they have.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now, probably calling out a lot of people here. And all we gotta say is just, if there's some way possible, turn down the light.
No, so the thing is, like, if they save energy, I get it. Go ahead, do your thing. But like, there's some LED. I just assume all the blue like looking lights are LED or whatever. Like, some of them are actually okay. Like, they don't blind me, and I see them. It's like, oh, that's just your average headlight. They actually like hurt my eyes less than regular, your standard headlights. Yeah. I swear I've seen some of them, and I was like, it's a miracle. And then right behind him comes a dude with the like LED high beam, not high beamed, just blinded me. Yeah. And I don't know, maybe it's because I'm in a truck that's about 3 inches off the ground. So everyone who has a car 6 inches off the ground doesn't even have to put their high beams on, and they're blinding me. But damn, it's hard to see.
Yeah, no, like you remember when I first got the white Hyundai, right?
Yeah.
And then we would drive around, and I didn't have my lights were messed up, and all I had was I didn't have any like low beams or anything. So like every time at night we'd have to drive around with my high beams on, because we couldn't see anything. Like, but my lights on the car was so bad that my high beams were low beams. So like even then, like you didn't have to feel bad because the high beams weren't high. It was like they were low high beams. So
everyone was all pissed, like, this dude needs to get brighter lights. like my dude was like, these are high beams.
Like, yo, you need to turn your lights on, bro. And we're just like, yo, like I'm on full strength right now. So like, but at the same time, like, I felt bad sometimes because I was under the perception that my high beams were high, and I felt bad driving behind people. So, you know, because I'm a decent human being.
Right, your average human being who has any sense of feels bad about that.
Yeah, it wasn't until I put my high beams on and like parked at my apartment, jumped out the car, and like walked in front of them, and I didn't even have to squint my eyes. Like, I just walked in front of the lights. It was like, oh, these are they're not. I really need new lights. But yeah, it's like, you guys out there with those LEDs, you guys need to be decent people and get don't get the top of the line LEDs. So by saying this, I realize we're probably not gonna ever get sponsored by the maker of LED lights. I don't know who makes lights. I just figured we're not gonna get a sponsorship from them.
Probably Coke.
Maybe the regular light bulbs will sponsor us.
Oh, we could get sponsored by Light Bulbs and More.
Yeah.
The store.
Yeah.
Or no, it's Batteries and More.
Batteries and More?
Yeah, I think there's one in Sac.
Actually, I think, does it have like a red sign or a green sign?
I think it's green. Yeah. And it's like a plus sign. Yeah. It's like a battery and a plus sign.
Yeah, I think we do have one of those in Sacramento. Actually, one time I was at a drive-thru, and this dude was blasting with the LEDs, man.
Like,
in a drive-thru, and every time I go to a drive-thru, I just turn my lights off. Like, if I'm behind somebody, because it's like we're gonna be sitting here for like 5 minutes. Might as well just, I don't want to blind you, so I'll turn my lights off. And this was after I got real lights, so I could actually blind somebody with my high beams. But my regular like lights on, regular headlights at night, if I'm in a drive-through, I'll just turn them down. But this guy, he just had the LEDs on high beams the whole time in the drive-through. And I wasn't the only one getting blasted. People in front of me were like looking back and like covering their eyes and everything. But it was just some dude in a big ass truck that just didn't care about anything.
It's always those jerks in the big trucks, man.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, it's just the brighter the lights, the douchebaggier the person.
You're right.
I just can't.
And it's like the problem I have is like there has to be some sort of freaking regulation on this.
Yeah.
Like it literally blinds me for like at least a second. Where I'm seriously, it's just like I really can't see for a second, and then it's like I have to blink, and it's like, no, I don't blink. I go, Yaga! And then I'm able to see. I'm able to drive again.
Oh, you don't want to use the Biaga.
I have to use my Sharingan.
Yeah, see, that's where you're messing up. You making yourself see better. You shouldn't. That's why you're messing up, bro. You gotta.
Oh fuck.
You gotta like do some. You gotta do like the Kakashi and cover up your eye.
Oh, you're right. I just need to just cover up my eyes, bro.
You just gotta cover both of them up. You gotta.
I'm wasting all my chakra for nothing, bro.
Yeah, because you can't see. You can't see. But then again.
Maybe that's why.
But then again. Maybe you do need the Sharingan because you're using it to drive around the curvature of the road.
Right. I used the Mongo Yako one, so it's a lot stronger.
I don't know if you saw like the last episode, but I put a spoiler alert when we started talking about when we started talking about Naruto. I just recorded myself. I was like, "This is a spoiler alert." I repeat, this is a spoiler alert. So it was super like low key budget. Like, you know how we do.
That's dope.
So you were like, yeah. So you were like, yeah. So I got to this part of Naruto, and I was like, oh, for real? What part are you on? And then it just stops. This is a spoiler alert. I repeat, this is a spoiler alert. And you're like, yeah, I'm on this part where this, and this happens. So
that's crazy.
We got the new spoiler alert.
The spoiler alert.
So we're moving places, and I started messing with the with some sound effects from the last few episodes. So we're gonna start getting some clapping going on in here. We're gonna have an audience in the background.
We got our own. What are those called?
Studios, live audience studios. Crowd.
Yeah.
Crowd.
Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
For those like crappy comedies.
Oh yeah, the sitcom. Yeah.
It's all like, oh.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Janice, where's my keys? Yeah, that wasn't funny, bruh.
Yeah.
Always, that was one thing I always wondered, like, how did the people in the audience know when to laugh? Like when I was a little kid. Yeah, they would have like cue cards. So but I was as a kid, I didn't understand that. Like as a kid watching like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I was like, this is funny, but like, how did those guys? I was like, everybody thought that was funny at one time. That's not true. That's not true. They had the cue cards because there were some things like I didn't get, just being young, and I was like, that's not funny. But everyone was laughing. So it's the cue cards. We got cue cards. We got like 21 followers, but we got a whole live audience. So
that's right.
That's what it is. That is exactly what it is. Okay, I know we're not really talking about sports today, but I got to bring it up just because I was watching these videos before you hit me up to record.
Yeah.
I found this video with it had 100 NBA commercials all in one, and it was an hour long.
Oh my god.
I got through about 55 minutes of it.
Oh. Was it worth it?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. It honestly was, because it was almost like a time machine. Cause they have commercials. Like one of my favorite commercials of all time was the Dwight Howard. What was that? What was that Asian dude on Hangover?
Oh, I don't know what his name, like Kim Jong Un or something.
Yeah, Dwight Howard, Kim Jong Un, and Derrick Rose. You got me. You know, I realized it as soon as I said it.
I know you went for it too. I was like, who?
Oh yeah, as soon as I said it, I was like, yo, this doesn't sound right. But yeah, it
It's
had those
Kim
three.
something, I think.
It's something like that. Slim Chin
Yeah.
something. But yeah, it had, you know, that one song was like the Fast Don't Lie sneakers. You don't remember that commercial? We had Derrick Rose, Dwight Howard, and Slim Chin Kum Young. Look it up. You'll remember if you saw it. This
Yeah, I
commercial.
might have to.
This commercial came out when like Dwight Howard was at the peak of his likeness, and I think it was around the time that Derrick Rose was like ascending to like that MVP level. So it was like, yo, this is like the best point guard in the league and the best center in the league, all in one commercial. When like this was around the Hangover movie time.
Yeah.
So it like had these three big stars in it, and they had that song, Fast Don't Lie, FESTDONTLIE. Yeah, so I was like, yo,
That sounds kind of familiar.
I'm telling you, if you saw the commercial, you look it up. If you just look up like "Fast Don't Lie," you'll see the commercial or you'll remember it. Because I remember it came out in like 2010 or 2011. Because I remember coming home from school and just like I watched that commercial so many times because it was always on TV. It was like everywhere.
Yeah.
So I was just watching that, and then there's like some of the like LeBron James commercials, like the early ones that he had. Those were cool. Seeing like the Dwayne Wade commercials, the Kevin Durant commercials, and it's like the majority of these commercials are when like everyone loved these superstars. Like this was like pre-decision LeBron James commercials, pre-Warriors Kevin Durant commercials, you know, like early D Wade commercials. Like these are like
right.
all these. So like you're watching like commercials, like damn, like this is crazy. But I don't know. I just had to bring that up because that was Oh, and another thing, they had these local Spurs commercials. If you have,
I've seen the local Spurs commercials.
The HEB commercial or whatever. Those commercials are crazy.
Kawhi is wild.
Yeah, he is, bro. but they had this one with Boban. That fool was he was in a car. They were at a dealership, and that fool was like blasting some music. And one of the announcers was like, "Hey, Boban's in this nice new car. Boban, are you gonna buy this or something like that?" Boban yelled at him and said, "What?" He was playing music hell loud. He was like, "What? I got it!"
Oh my god!
And he's like shaking the steering wheel too. So he's just like, "What?"
Oh my god!
And you know how big Boban is. That fool barely can fit.
Yeah.
It looked like his head was hitting the roof of the car.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but anybody listening, I advise anybody to check out the HEB Spurs commercials. Those commercials are crazy. Like I've never heard Kawhi talk so much.
I know, it's wild. He's funny too.
Yeah.
Like the bits they had him doing was funny.
Yeah.
Ugh. So should we move on?
Yeah, of course.
We're done with our little side rant about LED headlights.
We are.
Just to finish that off,
Mm-hmm.
don't even buy them. Just
Don't.
get your regular ass. You know what? If you need a headlight, go into your room, find the nearest light in the ceiling,
Mm-hmm.
unscrew that, screw it into your car. That's better than these LED headlights. Blinding people, you're going to cause an accident, and you're going to feel bad. All right?
Yeah.
So just don't do it.
Yeah, and if you need LED lights to drive, you probably shouldn't be driving in the first place.
That's right.
So hopefully we can say rest in peace to these LED lights, and there probably should be some law towards having them in the first place. Stock only.
Yeah.
Stock only.
Right. Right. But we're gonna move on now,
Moving on.
and this is the, as you would say, I think, the meat and potatoes of the episode.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
are the flowers and the kiss, are the flowers and the
Oh, the
chocolates?
flowers and the kids and the chocolates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Valentine's Day. Now, Robert, how do you feel about Valentine's Day, man?
As a single man,
Or
I
okay, maybe as a single man, and then like the concept of it.
I think it's stupid. I think it's ridiculous. I figure, and that's what I mean. Okay, so I'm gonna say this as someone that's not in a relationship and that hasn't been in a relationship for a very long time. I think the concept is stupid, but I also think many of the concepts of a lot of holidays are stupid because I'm a person that hates when someone tells me how I should feel. And the concept of Valentine's Day is I should do this with you just because it's Valentine's Day. It's almost like I'm faking something, I think.
Hmm.
Because shouldn't you, and you got to chime in because you're in the relationship. Shouldn't you be
Right.
showing that love and affection throughout the year instead of just on Valentine's Day?
Right. Right. That's the same kind of thought that I was having. It was like, basically, it's like you sum it up like, oh, on this day you have to take me, or well, not like me, but like take your girl or your significant other out to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get them flowers. You have to get them chocolate. You have to like wait on them, like everything, like the queen that they are. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. And it's like, when did this become a thing where it's like one day dedicated towards, oh, you need to show all this love and affection, which, like you said, we should be showing every day.
Mm-hmm.
To me, Valentine's Day feels like it's a guilt thing.
Oh.
You know, it's like, well, you haven't done anything for me the whole year. Now's your chance to do it. You know, or it's like, you better take me out for Valentine's Day because we don't do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it makes me at least kind of feel guilty, like, oh, like what we do, it's not good enough, and like it has to be that much better on this one day. It's a strange concept to me, and I mean, I'm gonna go through, and I'm gonna go out, not today, but tomorrow, and like I'm doing quotations in the air with my celebrate Valentine's Day with my girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean that's what she wants to do, and if she wants to do it, I'm gonna do it because I'm trying to make her happy, which I do every day,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
But why is there so much emphasis on this one day for everybody? Well, I don't know if it's like a world thing, but I think it's definitely North American.
Okay, so I just looked this up and I just pulled this off some random website. No, it's
Right.
NPR. Don't judge me. I just typed it in and looked it up. So this is what they had to say about Valentine's Day. Back from February 13th to 15th, the Romans celebrated the feast of Lupercalia. The men sacrificed a goat and a dog, then whipped women with the hides of the animals they just slain. The Roman romantics were drunk. They were naked, says Noel Linsky, a historian at the University of Colorado at Boulder. Young women would actually line up for the men to hit them. Linsky says they believed this would make them fertile. The brutal forte included matchmaking lottery in which young men drew the names of the women from a jar. The couple would then be coupled up for the duration of the festival or longer if the match was right. The ancient Romans may also be responsible for the name of our modern day of love. Yada yada yada. Executed both named Valentine on February. Yeah, some dude was killed on Valentine's Day, February 14th. So everybody like the origins of Valentine's Day goes all the way back to like the Roman days, I think. and it means something completely different than what we're doing today, I guess. But like,
I'm down to celebrate it that way. I'm gonna go eat like
a goat.
a steak. Oh no, I'm gonna eat a chicken, a piece of chicken.
And you got
and I'm just gonna get feathers.
Find some
And
feathers.
just start hitting her with feathers.
Just start
like,
feathers. Just get her with the feathers.
Yeah.
Get her with the feathers.
Yeah.
She's about to get feathered up.
We celebrating, right?
We celebrate.
No, actually, we're going to get sushi tomorrow.
Oh, fish scales.
I just get scales.
You gotta go to AJ's place, steal his fish,
right?
Kill him. You gotta sacrifice him.
Mm-hmm. Obviously,
get the scales, and I don't know if you can hit her with the scales, but you can definitely throw them at him. Throw them at him.
Yeah, I'm gonna one scale at a time. Just
at a time.
Pink,
pink, pink. No, I think that's how.
Happy Valentine's Day.
If she really wants a Valentine's Day, that's how she should be treated on Valentine's Day.
And it's just strange, and because I've never heard that one, like how you were describing the origins. Adria just looked it up yesterday because I was talking to her about this, and she was like, "Oh well, there's like a Catholic saint." Which like St. Patrick's Day is a thing, right? St. Valentine, I guess. And on this day, he would, I can't even remember like verbatim, but it was like he would marry people or marry young people when it was like against the church and this and that. And that's why you celebrate it. And I was just like, what? Yeah. Like, but, and then, like, I'm pretty sure the people died after. Like, somebody told me the second half of, like, how it ends. It's, like, whatever, the church or whoever. Because this is back in the day where executing people was definitely a thing.
It was normal.
I guess, supposedly, they would execute these couples after they got married because they were supposed to be getting married.
I mean.
So it's like, what?
It makes sense. They were doing some wild stuff back then.
What the hell?
So
it's like I don't understand it.
So either way, if we go with Adria's story, or if we go with my story, well, technically they're not either our story, but if we go with either one of them, they this Valentine's Day is pretty dark, But hold on.
Whoa.
I'm just reading. Later, Pope Gellius muddled up things. I don't know.
Did you say Pope Deli Delicious?
No, Gellius. Okay, I think I actually see that. I actually see this. I see something like that in here on the NPR article.
Pope Deli Delicious?
Deli Delicious was out there slaying people too. It says he combined the Roman and like the Christian, the Catholic thing, like the one that Adria was talking about. Right. He says that they combined both of those to like make it normal or something like that. And there's true historians out there. Obviously, we're wrong. We're just pulling stuff out of our asses right now. I didn't even read the article. I read like a sentence here and there.
I know.
But this is kind of what we're getting here. So we got Deli Delicious out here. So Pope Deli Delicious the first. He was famous for making delicious sandwiches. That's what he was famous for. And he decided to sandwich these two different origin stories together to make the delicious sandwich that we have today. Now, the sandwich that couples have to eat every 14th of February is buying the chocolates, the teddy bear, the flowers, and just overall just going out to eat and telling people that you love them. But, remember in elementary school where it's like you had to bring cards and stuff for everybody?
Right. It was like mandatory. You brought your little gallon bag of 30 Valentine deals, and you just gave them to everyone.
Everybody got one.
So that's the other thing. Like because I was just talking about it with Adria, and then my mom was there too. We were all having dinner,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "Well, I like to think of Valentine's Day as just like a day to celebrate like all the relationships you have. It doesn't have to be between like significant others. It could be like between like mother and son relationships, or like all these different types of relationships that you build, which would make sense why you would bring 30 Valentines to your 30 elementary, like first grade classmates,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
you know, because it's like celebrating the bond that you have.
Yeah.
And that was like I was down with that kind of like argument behind it. I was like, all right, mom,
Mm-hmm.
you got me there. That was smooth.
She got you, bro. She got you.
So like, so that was like, I'm down with that. Like celebrating all relationships and bonds that you built, whether it be like between friends or between siblings or parents or significant others, which would fall into that.
Dude, I gotta cut you off. She
what?
got you. I know it.
No, I know.
She got
me.
She's just trying to get extra stuff during the year because she knows Mother's Day. She knows she's getting something for Mother's Day. So she wanted more stuff. So she said, yeah, you know, Valentine's Day could be, you know, celebrate the relationship through mother and son. You know, if you want to get me stuff, you can get me something, you know? I think she got you, bro.
Nah, but the thing is, every Valentine's Day since I was a kid, since I could even remember them, she will wake up at like God knows when, 3 or 4 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
make this elaborate breakfast, and like we'll wake up and there's like a big sign that says like Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah.
And then there's like presents out for us, like
okay.
for us.
I mean, you're right.
She's like gives us stuff, and it's like that's crazy.
Your mom is the GOAT though, so you're right. You're right.
she is.
You're right.
But it's like that's a kind of like Valentine's Day idea that I can get behind,
Mm-hmm.
where it's focused on all of the bonds that you have rather than focused on one individual. Well, and I'm not saying this because like I don't like care about Adria or my girlfriend, or people shouldn't care about their significant others, but they should care about all of the different relationships that they have in their life, and not focus solely on just giving chocolates and flowers and taking out one person to dinner and maybe like spreading it out. I guess I don't know. It's weird to me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I do like that celebration of all relationships
because it's like why does and it I want to, because it's the girls, right, that
Mm-hmm.
get all of the love and attention on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Why is that a thing?
Yeah, you know, that is a good question. Like, why is there a Men's Day?
That's what I was saying. I was like, if there's a Valentine's Day that focuses, like, I mean, culturally, it seems like it's focusing on the woman and like making sure she's having the best day. Why isn't there a man Valentine's Day?
Yeah,
like counterpart.
Because even now, because like girls, they have even taken the whole Parks and Recs thing.
The Galentine's Day,
Yeah.
exactly.
So it's like now single. It's like okay. It's like Valentine's. Okay, this is gonna sound messed up. It's like okay, so like Valentine's Day. It's like okay, we're gonna the women are like in relationships. They get something now. Okay, and then after a while, now it's like the single women are getting stuff now on Valentine's Day. It's like, yo, you single ladies out there haven't even worked for it yet. Why don't you put in the work to get it?
You got him, man.
This is just me, a bitter single man, just roasting all the other single people that are finding happiness.
But honestly, if you think about it, even the single women, some of them probably even get stuff on Valentine's Day.
I think they do.
Like secret admirer type stuff.
Oh yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But does it like in elementary school? It went both ways, you know, where
Yeah.
guys, because you brought a Valentine to literally everyone. It's more innocent. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you had a crush on someone, you might like put a heart, like you hand draw a heart on the Valentine,
Remember those?
and like girls would do it back. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they would do it on that. But then when you get older, it's more like you, the male or the dominant figure in the not dominant, but
Nope, you done
like
messed
you
up.
being the male.
You messed
I
up.
know. But you being like the male in the relationship, you need to like treat her and out to this and buy her dinner and give her roses and you have to give her chocolate. And it's like, when did that become like mandatory? I just hate the fact that it seems like you have to do it.
No,
Like it's
yeah.
expected.
No, I agree because like yeah, like you said, elementary school it was like it was it was mandatory that everyone get something, bring something, like you had like
Right.
a party. Middle school, I can't really remember it being that big. I remember we had these telegrams in middle school where you could buy a
Yeah.
telegram and then they would drop them off during class. Somebody would, like it was the people, there was like the leadership group or whoever was in charge of selling them.
Yeah.
They would drop them off to people in class. And it was kind of like the same like that in high school. But like, I was a late bloomer in high school. So like from like freshman year to like junior year, none of that stuff happened for me. So actually, from pretty much like up until like for like those first 3 years, nothing happened to me. And then
So
it
you
was
was
like,
whack.
oh, still am.
Yeah.
But I never got like those Valentine's Day grams until like senior year in high school. So
Damn, that's impressive. You actually pulled some though.
it actually worked out for me. It actually worked out for me at senior year. Senior year was like I said, I was a late bloomer. So, I just, in my shell, doing me. Yeah, really.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, dude. I was not expecting that.
I was neither. But yeah, I like the Telegram thing because it's like everybody can buy one and there's no pressure because like
Yeah.
when it like I remember dudes that would like bring stuff to school on Valentine's Day, right? And it wasn't for like their girlfriend, it was for a girl that they liked, and like that was like the scariest thing I thought was to give something to a girl in front of a whole bunch of people and
Hell yeah.
not know what her reaction would be. Because there was dudes that like the girl took the stuff and it was all happy and everything, and then there was cases where like dudes got rejected in front of people and they like had this like a bear, chocolates and stuff, and I was just like, yo, that's like that, especially at like high school ages, like that's devastating. Like
Yeah.
and like
Bro, that's scary even if you know it's gonna work out positively.
oh yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
you know for sure she's gonna take it. It's still scary. I remember like I knew this girl was gonna like we were gonna end up dating each other because like her friends were like, if you ask her right now, she's 100% gonna say yeah. And I was like, this is still like the scariest thing I've ever had to do in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like go put yourself out there. And that wasn't even in front of people. So doing something like that in front of people and not knowing the outcome, hell nah, bruh.
Yeah.
No. I'd be shitting bricks, as one would say.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that yeah, that's like because like I'll watch like even like marriage proposals, like people do them in public, and I think that's like the craziest thing.
Oh,
That's like the craziest
I
thing.
know, that's insane.
Because it could go sour, and like where do you go from there?
You go home, you cry. That's the only thing.
It's like if it's a marriage proposal and you like propose, right, and the person says no, is the relationship over or does like Like, does it continue?
It would have to be, right? Unless like the reason's like, oh, the timing's off.
Mm-hmm.
I want to wait until we're in a better like place, I guess. But if
Yeah.
it's like, no, I don't want to marry you, then it's like, all right, on to the next. You know, you
Yeah.
can't waste your time with someone that you don't have a future with.
I think you're right. But I like that first point. I really like that first point, and it makes logical sense to say we're not ready. I want to wait till we're both in a better place. But my only counter to that would be, I propose to you. It's not the wedding. It's just an engagement.
That's true. That's so true.
It's it's an engagement. It's not like I'm saying let's get married tomorrow. Like I might not even get married. We might not get married for another year. But it's just the fact that at this point, I love you so much that I want to be with you forever, and I want this ring to show you that. But so I don't know.
You got me there, bro. That was good. Damn, bro.
No, like I agree with it though. Like I agree that's a good reason to say no. But then I would also think that in my mind I'd be like, but I'm not like saying let's get married tomorrow.
I wonder if like you went and expressed that after. It's like relax, we're not getting married tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can get married like 3 years down the road when we're stable and you think we're ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, oh, in that case,
yeah,
no, and then walks away.
You set me up. You set me up. You set me up, bro. I swear, I thought I was getting together. I thought I had it, bro. Oh shit! I thought I had it.
Oh man. But I mean, I guess that really only makes sense if it's like you're not ready.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess like financially stable wise, or maybe like something like that. Because if it was like emotionally we're not ready for this, then it's like, yeah, maybe you went too quick with the old
6 month proposal. 6 months. Oh, you went with the 6 month proposal? Yeah. Maybe you need to chill, bruh.
Yeah, relax off that.
Yeah, relax. So no, I agree, but I think that in my mind, I think that's game over if you propose, and there's not a reason behind it. There's just a no. Then, like you said, you really can't waste your time at that point.
Not for real. If they just say no and nothing after that, I'm gone.
Yeah. No, that is true. That is true. That's good. Yeah, that's what I thought.
But when you started talking about the little Valentine gram things or whatever, that got me thinking. I was like, it's more of a mutual, Valentine's Day is more of a mutual thing where girls try to do stuff for guys and guys try to do stuff for girls when you're not in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're in one, it's more of like, well, at least to me, it seems like the majority of girls, like they got it in up for girls. Now, I don't know how it is now. Like how maybe it's like a new movement where girls are doing all this stuff and waiting on the guys and like putting out chocolates for them or something. But it's weird. It's a weird concept.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I don't have a problem with what you're saying because like you're only speaking from your experience. And
yeah, and it's not, and it's like I'm not bitter. Mm-hmm. I'm not pissed about it. Like, I don't mind doing it. It's just the feeling that like I feel sometimes like I'm forced and expected to do stuff really makes me feel like I don't want to do it.
I know, because
it's like, why am I doing this?
I agree, and I think we're similar in that way, where we hate doing stuff because someone tells us to do it, and it's
like, why am I doing this? Because everyone else is doing it for some reason that they don't know why.
Yeah, and it goes to like how gullible the masses are, because like I'm looking on like I'm going through like Instagram. And normally I'm doing my daily Instagramming to like look at funny videos and.
Wait! When you're doing that, are you on the throne?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yes. Yes, I am. So I'm doing my daily Instagramming, and it's just like I see like everybody just posting their pictures, and it's like okay, I'm like, okay, this is cool. And then I'm like, well, everybody's just doing this together in the masses. It's just easy to get people to do stuff. And no disrespect to the people that posted pictures, like
No, no, and
none.
I'm not like, oh, you're an idiot. You celebrated Valentine's Day. Like, no, go ahead,
Mm-hmm.
do it. It's just because I'm not one of these like, oh man, this is all just for giant corporate companies to make $1
Mm-hmm.
and this and that. It's like maybe it is. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting to kind of talk about it and think like, what really is the point? Like, what's the meaning behind it?
Yeah.
It's strange.
I think when there's genuine meaning, I think it's great. But I think the effect of social media and things like that kind of devalues it for me because, yeah, you post this picture on Valentine's Day, but it's like the same picture you post on like Man Crush Mondays and like
For real.
Women Crush Wednesdays, and then there's like you have your anniversary pic, and then you have your picture that you posted because it's the anniversary of the day you first met, and then you have
you have the picture of the anniversary of the picture that you took
to-
for the anniversary.
for the anniversary. Then then the next Tuesday you post a picture of yourselves on the vacation. So it's like, is it just for show and it's just for grabs? And I'm saying this now as the single bitter man. And who knows, when I get into a relationship, I might be posting pictures like the rest of the masses. So
Right.
you probably can take what I say. You don't even have to take it for anything. I'm unqualified and educated to speak on this topic in the first
You guys
place.
need to take it for everything.
Take it for nothing. Take it for like 2 grains of salt. Less than that. A half a grain of salt. No, a half a grain of sand. That's what you can take it for.
Come on, man.
So, like, but but they do have like some of the best memes on Valentine's Day.
Like what?
Like, there was this one meme account that said like all the P-Hub subscriptions are free today.
No.
For all the single people.
Oh no, Chris.
I was thinking that's what I said.
My boy Chris has all his tabs open. He's flying right now.
I was like, Chris, this is like Christmas for him, bro.
Chris said, I love Valentine's Day. We're like, oh yeah, that's right.
You got to
have
your
a girl now.
Yeah.
He said, no.
Girl? He said what? Oh yeah, my girl.
Oh, yeah,
my
right.
girl. My girl, yeah. I got a girl now. Because we're going to talk on Valentine's Day.
Chris, how many tabs you got open right now?
How many times? I can't talk right now, bro. I'm busy. I mean, have you guys ever hung out on Valentine's Day?
No.
Then that's probably why. The premium accounts, subscriptions.
My man flying through the tabs, bro. The superhero.
And if you guys don't understand what we mean by flying through the tabs, go back to episode I don't remember. I think it's the
episode G and Chris were in.
Yeah, I think it was the Would You Rather episode. So go back to that episode and go to the section where we play Would You Rather, and you will understand everything about Chris's
superpowers
flying through the tabs. Because to my knowledge, he would definitely fly. He currently flies through the tabs without superpowers, and if he had superpowers, he'd be flying through other things illegally.
to make himself invisible.
To make himself invisible.
I could fly so fast, I'd be invisible.
I'd be invisible. I wouldn't need invisibility because I would have. Oh, it's a way to have both. So yeah, that's episode 5 of Podcasting with the Squad. Episode 5 of Podcasting with the Squad. You would understand that. So I mean, So I think we had a pretty healthy conversation about Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
and I hope we didn't offend anyone out there. Love is great. Love is good. Um,
Love,
is
love
it is
is
it is it
patient.
is there a difference between being in love and loving someone?
Huh. Being in love and loving someone. I don't think so.
Because this is how I see it is.
Because if you love someone, then you're in love with them. No?
I don't think so.
What?
I think being in love is like infatuation.
Like significant other.
Yeah. Like your partner. I think being in love is infatuation. Like it's like puppy love, you know what I mean?
Puppy love.
That's how I see it. It's like that, like the honeymoon
Okay.
stage. It's like the honeymoon stage.
The honeymoon phase is fake, bruh.
No, it's the initial, man. It's like that's what like
All right.
it's like the googly eye stuff where like when you start to love someone, like that's when it starts doing that unconditional stuff.
That's when you start like maybe going with like they feel comfortable with no makeup.
Oh yeah, or they start farting in front of you.
Fucking gassing on you.
Yeah, and they start farting in front of you.
That's what like past gassing.
Yeah. Get like gassing on you.
Gassing on you. I just gas on you, homie.
Yeah, I gassed all over you. Like, dang girl, that's some gas. You gassed all over me. You don't think
I guess there is a difference. If you explain it that way, I don't.
That's just how I see it. Because
I've never really thought about the differences.
Because I'm in love with like 5 girls on Instagram right now.
Yeah.
And the only problem is they're all famous. So
damn.
They're not. It's not. I don't have a chance to talk to them. Like everyone always asks me, like especially the guys at work. Guys at work are so obsessed with my love life that it's starting to borderline being weird. They always ask me, Rob, when are you getting a girlfriend? When are you settling down? When are you doing this? And I'm like, when the time comes, man, I'm gonna do what I do. You feel me? You get out of my business. And then I say that. But the real problem is that all the girls that I'm in love with are famous, so it's like I can't get to them. You know what I mean? And if
you know what's even crazier though?
What?
Even once you do get your girlfriend or whatever, the questions won't stop. It's just instead of like, when are you gonna get a girlfriend? When are you gonna do this? It's just gonna be like, when are you gonna get married?
Oh.
When are you gonna have kids?
Oh. When you guys get in a house together.
When you get a house. It's like, holy, just let me live my life.
Yeah, that is true.
It'll never stop, bro.
That is true. Because I don't know, I just feel like our generation is, I mean, there's definitely people that at my age are having kids and stuff. But there's a lot more people that aren't. And I think we're just having people our age are building families later than what other people did. Because, like...
What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
People are building families, like, later on. Like, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because, like, say, I'm 26 right now. If I were to have, like, a kid at this very moment, 9 months later, you know what I mean? But I'd be like 26.
You trying to say something, bro? This foreshadowing?
No, it's not. No, it's not. I'll be 27. I'll be around 27 or whatever when I have my kid. And then I'll be like 47 when my kid is 20, right? So
that's crazy.
I don't think that's going to be the case. I think I'm going to be like 50 when my kid's like 20 or whatever. I don't think there's... I'm
trying to be 70 when my kid's 10.
Oh, jeez. Oh shit! They're gonna be like,
"Cool, Dad."
They're gonna be like, "Is that your grandpa?" No, that's my dad.
That's my freaking dad.
What are you talking about? That's my dad, man. Yo, why are you talking about my dad like that? He's not even that old.
I just want to do that so people will be shook, bro.
They will.
Like, that's your dad?
He's like Yeah, that's crazy. That would be crazy to be.
That would be crazy, bro. Because, like, when they're graduating, your ass gonna be like 90,
Ooh,
88.
ooh, you'd be like, oh, you did it, you did it.
You did well, boy.
I know you can do it.
I'm so glad we just had your little sister. She got born yesterday.
What are you talking about, bro? That kid, your son's gonna be like 18. He's gonna have to take care of your little sister, bro.
That's right.
Because your ass is gonna be dead. He's gonna be 18, graduated from high school, and then he's gonna have to take care of his little sister. He's basically gonna be a dad at the age of 18.
They're gonna have an interesting childhood because it's like she didn't really get to know her dad because he was 88 and died.
Her brother,
before she would grow up.
Her brother
had to raise her at the age of 18.
Basically, her brother is gonna be her dad, and then you're her dad, but you're really her grandpa.
Who she's never met.
Because
died of old age.
So she's like, yeah, my dad grandpa was like.
My dad grandpa.
and then my brother dad was like.
That'd be crazy.
Yo.
I guess that's a little too extreme.
That's a little bit. I
could dream, can I? That'd be funny.
That's more of a nightmare.
It might be worth it just as a funny joke.
you would go that far for a joke?
I might. I mean, one time I was willing to sit in the back of somebody's car for like 5 hours to jump scare them after they went on a date.
Oh, how'd it go?
All right, so here it goes. So I'm going to tell the whole story. So, you know Andy, right?
Yeah.
He was going out on a little date to one of those trampoline places.
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, Trevor, Chris, and I had the grand idea to sit in the back of his 4Runner and tag along. You know, just tag along for the ride there. And then on the way back, we were going to jump scare her, and she was going to just, like, shit her pants and be like, oh, my God, they've been in there this whole time. This sounds funny. But then, like, if you really think about it, it's kind of sad. But I thought it would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
So we're sitting up in this car. And Andy gets to her house and about to like pick her up. He's in there for a solid like hour, and we're just like, damn, we're gonna be in here for a minute. And I don't remember what time of year it was, but it was like getting stuffy in the back of that car.
Dang.
And then it happens. Chris.
Oh no.
Rips the nastiest fart I have ever smelled in my entire life, bro.
No.
The nastiest thing I've ever smelled. It smelled like there was a dead rat in his butthole. It was awful, right? It was just like, and we're like, So we had to abort mission, because obviously we couldn't stay in that gas chamber any longer. We just dipped out of Andy's car and then had another friend pick us up. But that is by far the stinkiest thing I have ever smelled in my life.
Oh, bro, like, did Andy ever find out?
Oh no, Andy was in. He was in on it.
Okay, because that'd been crazy if he wasn't, and then he's just like.
Oh, and then we got him too.
Or yeah, but no, he just got.
He got a gas chamber.
Yeah, no, he went back to his car and it was just like, what's that smell?
Nah, that would have been funny if he wasn't in on it.
That's kind of a dangerous combination if you're hiding in the car with Trevor and Chris.
Oh no, it was. I was playing. What's that book? The Most Dangerous Game?
Yeah,
That was literally my life.
Because Trevor, that's the gasser right there.
They was trying to fire shots the whole time. I was like, you better hold tight, bro. Nope. I was like, we are stuck in the back of this damn car. Don't you dare. And then Chris like, I have to. And it would, oh my God. I almost threw up on spot. I was like, this is crazy.
Dang, that is pretty bad. And you said it was already getting stuffy, so.
It was stuffy, and then it's just, and I was like, oh, fuck. Because like we all farted. Like that was, for some reason, that was the thing for us. Like every once in a while we'd go into Trevor's truck and fart in his little microphone and record him. So everyone would gas out. The only person that never like farted like as the joke fun thing was Chris. Until that day. And that shit was not fun, and that shit was no joke. I'll tell you that, bruh. That is one man you never want to be around when he farts. I promise you, bro. It'll change your whole outlook. I get pissed when people fart now, just because of him. I used to think that shit was funny, bro. It's not funny.
Chris ruined farting for you?
He ruined it, bro. I used to think it was so funny. Now I just think it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
No. I swear, like, that's a powerful man that could ruin a fart.
I'm telling you, bro. You don't want to be around it. I dare you to sit next to Chris when he gasses out, bro.
That's a dare I wouldn't take.
That's right.
There'd have to be money involved.
You're a smart man. You don't even want the money. It's not even worth it.
It's not even worth it. Then I just don't. I don't want it. I don't want it.
You don't, bro. I have PTSD from that shit. If Chris is ever by me and he he'll walk and his foot will scratch on the ground and I'm like, oh fuck. I just freaking dropped it. I just like boom, drop, stop, drop, and roll type shit. Just to get out of there. I'm just like, oh fuck. Just trying to dodge the freaking gas waves, bro. There's no evading it, bro. Even if you used your Sharingan, that shit's all around you, inside of you. Oh boy, got chakra built up in his farts, bro. That's his clan's power, bro.
He's so trash.
His shadow clones are farts, bro. His fart shadow clones. Oh man. That shit's crazy, bro.
Oh my god. Okay. To bring it back around. And this was a great episode because we covered some. I actually like these episodes where you're able to talk about things other than sports.
Right.
But I had to bring it back to sports. So last night we lost to the Denver Nuggets.
Oh.
And Buddy had as decent of a shot as he could get in that moment, and he almost made it. We would have almost won that game. But I just had to rant for a second because for some reason the referees let Jokic stay in the paint for like 7 seconds every possession. And I don't understand that. And I don't understand why Willie can't get more rebounds than 7.
Oh, goddamn. We're back on Willie.
I don't understand that. I'm not even here to crap on anything. And it was one thing if I could understand if he was boxing out Jokic, and he was like, okay, Kufis and Bagley and Giles, you get the rebounds. I'm gonna box out Jokic, but that wasn't happening. And it got so bad that they actually brought Kufis out in crunch time because we couldn't get a rebound.
Oh man. And
it was so bad that Harrison Barnes had to get 11 rebounds because our center doesn't do that. Our top rebounders on our team is our shooting guard and Buddy Hield. And I'm not here to cast aspersions towards anybody right now. I'm just in a place of the Kings need to find a rebounder in the offseason. We need somebody that can get boards.
Bagley.
I need somebody off the bench too. I need somebody off the bench. I think this going forward, our starting lineup for next season should be just bring out all the firepower we got. I think it should just be Fox. Going forward from this point on, I think coming back from the All-Star break, our starting lineup should be Fox, Buddy Hield, Bogdanovich, Harrison Barnes, and Marvin Bagley.
Well, then we got Harry Giles.
He
boards, bro. He boards hard.
He is. No, I'm not forgetting about Harry. I just think that we need somebody on the bench right now. And Harry Harry gets too many. He's still a little foul prone, but that's just what comes with, he's still rusty. I mean, he's still acclimating to NBA speed.
Yeah, my boy hasn't played organized basketball since he was like 14 years old in high school.
Yeah, he's been out of it for. I'm not. There's no Harry Giles slander on this podcast. There'll never be. That dude came back from too much to me to question anything about him. He's basically had Derrick Rose level knee issues, and he's playing well right now. So, and I think he's the future of our team as well. Actually, there's 6 guys that are the future of our team. So I just feel that I hope we can find somebody that's bought out that can rebound. Because we and this is the second game against the Nuggets. We lost the Nuggets by 3 points, but we got out rebounded by 16 rebounds. This game, we gave up 10 offensive rebounds for 20 points.
Damn.
20 points.
Damn. It's because I got Jokic and freaking, who boards like a mother on that team?
Mason freaking Plumlee.
Plumlee, bro. Plumlee, that dude gets boards like none other.
I do not like the Nuggets.
He's like Tristan Thompson was.
We used to be.
On the Cavs, where all he did was just get dumb ass amounts of freaking offensive rebounds.
I just don't like the Nuggets, bro.
That's a bad matchup.
I don't like Murray. For some reason, something about him just ticks me off. Mason Plumlee, I don't like Plumlee. Beasley tried to start something with Bogdan last night, so I don't like him.
Of course.
Why would you Bogdan? Why would you start something with Bogdan? That's dumb. Bogey's chill. Who else do I like? Gary Harris is always hurt. He's always hurt. Who else? I don't like that team. I love Jokic though.
Yeah, but
I love Jokic.
Respect for, I don't mind losing to them because it was IT coming back.
Yeah.
First game back.
Yeah. I wish he didn't come back against us.
I'm happy for him though that he's back.
No, yeah. Shout out to Isaiah Thomas. I like Isaiah Thomas. Of course, he will always be a king to me. So that's
one of my buddies sent me a screenshot of IT's gonna come back against the Kings tonight, and he's like, "Are you scared?" I was like, "Nah, I'm not really scared. I'm more just genuinely happy for him basketball and being getting to play again, because that dude was he was a king.
Mm-hmm.
That was our guy."
Yeah.
And all Kings fans were shook when he wasn't a King anymore.
Yeah.
So seeing him, I don't think there's any animosity towards him, and I'm not scared of him.
Mm-hmm.
Just happy.
Yeah.
Plus he's 5'3", so I can't be scared of him if I'm the same height as him.
Yeah. I was worried because I knew he was gonna hit some shots on us, but I agree with you. I'm happy that he's back in the NBA. Isaiah Thomas is an all around good guy.
Yeah.
This is why I'm sad that he's on the team that I hate the most in the NBA.
Yeah.
Other than him and Jokic, I don't like anybody on that team. Oh, Michael Porter Jr., I think I like him just because he has a bad back. And I always feel bad for guys that get injured and they have to come back from injuries.
So you like Greg Oden?
Rip. Greg Oden's a good guy, man.
So you do.
There's no reason not to like Greg Oden,
No,
man.
I liked Greg Oden. No,
Yeah.
I liked him.
There's only like one. The only like guy that's been injured in the history of the NBA that you can kind
Let
of
me guess. Blake Griffin.
ooh. Okay, I gotta talk about that. The only reason why Blake Griffin takes me off is because it's just not fun watching him play.
All right.
Yeah, he gets the dunks and he gets the highlights and everything, but like if he's not doing something, he's complaining to the ref. And every game we play against him is super ugly, and I hate watching those games. They're just boring. So he's like, I mean, I don't have a problem with Blake, but it's just boring to watch. I was gonna say the only person that you could kind of be like, you're kind of shady and you were injured was Sam Bowie because he like lied about his foot injury, and
Oh
then
yeah,
the
that
Trailblazers they drafted him, and then he was just
he
a
was a
buzz.
snake.
That's snakish behavior, but at the same time, you know, he need to get the money for his family, so I can't knock that. So it's kind of like I'm at a conundrum here. But you know, any player in the history of the NBA that's gotten injured and they need to come back for it, I got a soft spot in my heart for them because yeah, they're making millions of dollars, but at the same time, they're still people, and a lot of guys really don't have anything if not for basketball. So it's kind of sad to see people get hurt and they lose the one thing that they can make money from, and they're kind of like screwed for the rest of their lives when they could have been like a great player. It's that's like the saddest thing. So like seeing like Derrick Rose, even though he had tons of money, but when he got hurt, but just seeing Derrick Rose come back is like one of the best stories in the NBA for me this year. Harry Giles coming back from injuries is one of the best stories in the NBA. You know, LeBron coming back from his groin injury.
The what? Nani?
Nani? That's the best, bro.
You got me, bro. I wasn't ready.
Bro, that's like one of the best memes. That fool be like, "Oh my wa mo shinderu." Nani?
Nani?
Nani? But yeah, no, because I'm enjoying seeing the Lakers lose. Because that was their whole thing. They were like, we were fourth place in the West when LeBron was healthy. You know. Well, LeBron's healthy now, and they're still losing.
Yeah.
And I hate when people say that because, like, the beginning, like earlier in the season, the Clippers were at the number one seed, and the Grizzlies were the number one seed at some point in this season. So
that's crazy.
Don't give me they were the fourth seed to say they were a good team. They were bad when they had them, and they're still bad when they didn't have them, and they're bad now.
Isn't that crazy to think, though? The Clippers and Grizz both were, like, number one for a little bit, and both of them, like, went rebuilding.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that until just now.
Yeah, they both just were like, you know, I think they were just like, this is, because we kind of talked about it on the last episode, but I think they both were kind of just like, this is fake. It's fool's gold, what we're doing.
Yeah.
They're just like,
I already know if, like, Kings had the one seed, even if it was for one day, after with going 1-0 and somehow everyone else went 0-1 and we had the number one seed, dead ass trade all assets, try to get all the relevant players for a playoff push and a championship run.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, we would. But like right now, like I think with us is we're kind of in an interesting position because we got Harrison Barnes and he took away $25 million in cap. If he opts in next year, that's $25 million in cap space he takes away, right? We still have $37.6 million in cap space.
Ooh.
And the only person we're really losing that affects us is we're losing Willie.
Oh.
That's
See
it.
ya.
That's it. So like they could go out and get two guys on cap friendly deals, maybe like two year deals, like two guys with like $15 million a year, two guys, just so they can run out of money when we have to pay Buddy and Bogey and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where the Kings is still in a very interesting place because Harrison Barnes kind of fills that small forward gap. Now they're able to do something else. So and we still have Yogi Ferrell on the contract. We still have Belly. So we have pretty much the whole team intact, plus $37 million.
Oof.
and I don't know if people will come here or not. Well, that's yet to be seen. But I mean, if you got like all these assets on the team that are like playing, and they're if we don't make the playoffs, if we make the playoffs, that we're that close to making the playoffs, and they're like we're at ground level, like we're at the ground level of the rebuild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're still at this is like I took like with I told myself I said our rebuild starts with Fox. By the time he's in his third or fourth year, that's when we should be competing for a playoff spot. Ideally, I was thinking fourth year. We're already at that point in his second year, and not even factoring Marvin Bagley's. This is his first year, so he gets better. Harry Giles gets better. Because actually, De'Aaron Fox was on First Take today. I don't know if you knew, and they were talking about this a little bit. And then Stephen A. Smith or Max Kellerman asked them, "Did you guys ever like talk amongst yourselves and like compare yourselves to like what the Thunder used to be? How they had three guys that were talented, Westbrook, KD, and James Harden. They were really young. Do you guys ever think about that?" And Fox was like honest. He said, "Yeah, we think about it. We talk to ourselves all the time about it." And like so it's like they know what they have. And I feel like they know they like Sacramento. They want to stay. They want to play together. They genuinely like each other. So I feel like we're in a good position to like for future success. So maybe the smart move is not to bring somebody in. Maybe the smart move is just to bring in a rebounder off the bench and keep that cap space for deals in the future. Who knows? But we're in a good spot if we make the playoffs or if we don't. Would you rather us make the playoffs? If we didn't make the playoffs, would you be hurt?
What? If we don't make the playoffs, then
would you be hurt?
Would I be hurt? No. I wouldn't solely because we haven't made the playoffs though this entire time that I've been a Kings fan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like what I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more excited that we're even in the talk of being in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Just the fact that we're right now could take the 8th seed or 7th seed if it falls that way. That's exciting enough for me. If we fall down and get the 9th seed, then it's just I mean, there's a ton of teams that we're right there with us, and that's okay with me. I'm not gonna be like, God damn it!
I agree with you. I will be disappointed because I want to see them in the playoffs, but I won't be upset that we don't make it because the fact that we've already won 30 games, right? Something that I don't think we've ever done that with DeMarcus. And like you said, we're in the mix to get in the playoffs. I think that I did this one thing. I did this calculation. We could call this calculation the path to the Kings playoff. There are the playoff hopes for the Kings. Let me find it. So I looked at the schedule, and I checked out so the talk is 45 games is around what is probably what will be needed to make the playoffs. What would you think? 45 to 47 in the 8th seed.
45 games. Yeah, that would make sense. Cause
hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 45, 47. Yeah, 45, 47. Yeah.
Okay, so right now, we're sitting at 30 games. So I looked at our schedule and I saw what we have on our schedule. We have a pretty tough schedule. So these are the 12 winnable games of the season where we have to win these games. We have the Timberwolves, the Knicks, the Wizards, the Nets, the Bulls, the Mavericks, the Suns, Mavs again, Pelicans, Spurs, Cavs, and Pelicans. Those are 12 games. We have to win those, right? That will take us to 42 wins. Not going to say it's going to be easy, but we have to win those games. And then these are the games that are going to be the tough ones that, those aren't guaranteed wins for us. And those are against the Nuggets, Warriors, Thunders, Bucks, Clippers, Celtics, Celtics again, 76ers, Lakers, Rockets, Jazz, and Trailblazers. So we need to win 4 to 5 of those games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got to. So if we get those 12 winnable games, that's 42 wins. Plus we have to get 4 or 5 of those. So our next schedule, our upcoming schedule. I forgot what it was, but we play. This is me and the guys were talking earlier, but we play the Nuggets, the Warriors, the Thunder, the Rockets, and I think another team. I think like the Suns or something. So in that 6-game stretch or whatever it is, we could go 1-6 in that stretch. You know what I mean? And take care of what we need to take care of, and try to steal four games. In those 4 games, we could still make the playoffs. So there's no need to panic at any time soon. But that's just my calculation. And the teams that I think we need to beat. So obviously it's the Celtics. I mean the Clippers. We have to beat the Clippers, the Lakers, the Trailblazers, and the Jazz. Those are the teams that I think we should be able to beat. Those 4 teams. And then we got to take care of business against the other ones.
That's hard.
It's hard. I know it's hard.
Yeah.
But if the guys want to make the playoffs, and they want to move up to the 6th seed. And the crazy thing is, if we won last night and the Trailblazers lost last night, we would have been 2 games out of the 4th seed.
Jeez.
So what I'm saying is, this after the All-Star break is over, the season the season's gonna move fast, and a lot is available for the Kings. Our playoff chances are there. They're really there. So we have our 12 winnable games, and the 7 or whatever. I think 13 games that are gonna be kind of tough. So I was just saying we need 4 to 5 of those games, and we almost had the Nuggets. That's why I was so hyped when we were playing that game, because I was like, yo, that's crazy. That's already one of those winnable games. Those games we need. I was like, dang, we only need 3 more off this list. So we still need 4 off this list. The Warriors owe us a game, bro.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. We played the Warriors close
too many times. They owe us a game. So I'm thinking in my head, I think we beat the Warriors in Golden State. We could beat the Thunder. We've beat them before. That's a tough one, but it's kind of a winnable tough game. Bucks, there's no chance. There's just no chance. Giannis is too much. The Clippers, we should be able to beat the Clippers.
Yeah.
And depending on if Kyrie's playing or not, we probably be able to beat the Celtics. The 76ers, we beat them before, but not this new supercharged Tobias Harris 76ers. So it's there, bro. I'm telling you, it's there. So we'll see. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I'm a little disappointed that it's the All-Star break is here, because we're good, and I want to see us play.
Yeah, I don't really care about the All-Star game stuff. In any sport, I've never been a huge fan of it.
Well, yeah, growing up, I like the dunk contest.
The dunk contest.
Yeah, I like the dunk contest. The 3-point contest was always so. I like it this year because Buddy's in it. So I'm gonna watch Buddy. I'm gonna watch Fox in the skills competition.
out of the All-Star weekend stuff, it's those things that I enjoyed, the dunk contest or 3-point contest. I don't really know about the skills competition. I don't think I've ever genuinely watched it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that because it's head to head to see who's the best shooter. Technically, I guess, who's the best shooter. Where when you get to the All-Star game, which should be the biggest thing that you should look forward to, it's just whack. I don't like watching the All-Star game.
Yeah, I've always been disappointed. Honestly.
Yeah, it's just I just don't enjoy it. I don't.
because like you have this like weekend, right? And then it's All-Star game is usually really anticlimactic because you have this weekend that's like you said, it's supposed to build up to the All-Star game. Like
Right.
it starts off small. You have the skills competition, all these other like the celebrity All-Star game. So you have these things. You have this, and then the next day you have the shootout, and that's like super exciting. And I think there's something else that there's some other activities that they do other fun things for the shootout. So you're like, okay, this is cool. Then you have the dunk contest, like celebrities there, the All Stars are there. It's like super, it's crazy. And then you go to the All Star game. It's just like, it's just guys just not, just playing around.
It's crazy that I would rather watch the celebrity All-Star game than the actual All-Star game.
No, I believe you.
Just because, like, sometimes they have funny personalities out there.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they got random people who could ball.
Yeah, that's like.
And it's funny because WNBA players are on the celebrity All-Star game.
No. That is. I've always thought that was a little interesting.
That's the most foul thing they can do.
I always thought that was interesting because like you'd have like WNBA players like going super hard against like one of the Barack Obama's cabinet members.
I know.
And it's like, I don't know, man. It's just the optics just don't look right.
It's just weird.
That's just like if I was in the WNBA like Players Association, I would be like, nobody can play in the Celebrity All-Star game because I don't like. Because it's like, I think it hinders when they ask for more money.
Yeah, it just doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good. It's like, on a talent, like I can understand because you know how like older players from the NBA play in the Celebrity All-Star game.
Yeah.
If it was an older retired player, like that's one thing. But you literally have like they're
prime.
Yeah.
It's like literally the MVP of the WNBA.
Yeah, is playing with Kevin Hart and one of Barack Obama's cabinet members in Quavo. Like yeah, I agree. That's bad optics. But
yeah, like throw out Lisa Leslie and
Cheryl Miller.
I was gonna say Regina Miller.
Oh damn, that's foul. If like somebody's mom was like, I want a Reggie Miller and a Regina Miller. What is Reggie short for? Reginald?
Yeah.
So that's
I would assume.
That's his real name is Reginald Miller?
I guess.
That just makes me like him even less than I already do.
I'm about to go into one of these Harry Potter beans that I've been looking at this whole episode.
Do it.
Low key looks like the vomit flavored.
Oh, do it.
Oh, I better ASMR it. What the hell did I just eat?
What was it?
Sausage, bruh.
Ugh.
What
That's foul.
I had one earlier that was soap. That shit was nasty.
I can't do that. You can't saucify candy.
Ugh.
You know who did the Harry Potter thing on their podcast? Hector.
Did they really?
Yeah, he did. They did the Harry Potter thing.
Oh, I just got it in one of these gifts.
No. Yeah, I
really just want to have the good ass flavors like cherry.
Yeah, then you should have just bought a regular Harry Potter thing.
I buy
a regular Jelly Belly thing. No, I know what you're saying.
Here's a red one.
But what's the opposite? What's the opposite of it? It's either cherry or like blood.
Right, it was cinnamon.
Oh, that's foul.
I mean, it's not like a bad flavor. I just didn't want freaking big red bubble gum or chewing gum.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Or it could have either been like, like cherry, or it could have been rat blood. You never know.
Yeah, I know.
There's two extremes. They never work out.
Yeah, it's not worth.
All right, so we established that. So we are at an hour and 30 minutes.
Wish.
I'll probably cut down some of the pauses, but we're in like the hour and 20 minute range. We covered a good amount of topics as far as things that are sports, but we got to bring it back to the sports because that's what we do. We're very unqualified and educated on a regular basis. but I think basketball is the one thing that we're least unqualified and uneducated. At the least.
That's a double negative, you guys. That's math.
Bringing that knowledge to you. All right, so we're gonna have to close this one out.
Yeah, we gotta close it out.
All right, so this was the Valentine's Day episode. Carl, you got anything else to say?
Even though I went in on Valentine's Day, I hope everyone enjoyed their Valentine's Day. Showed their loved ones some love, whether that be today or tomorrow, like I'm gonna do. But I hope everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I'm the same. I hope everybody had a great Valentine's Day. I hope they enjoyed it with their loved ones, and I hope like they do what Carl's mom does, is use the day to celebrate their relationships with everyone that they love, because that's a beautiful thing. And I guess, if you guys heard something that we said on here and you thought that we weren't qualified to say it, you're probably right. And I can only say it's because we're unqualified. And if you said you heard something on the show, on this episode, you thought, man, that's so stupid. Why would they say something so dumb? All I can say is you're right to feel that way. Because we're uneducated, and that's why we're unqualified and we're uneducated. Thanks for tuning in for the episode. As always, stay unqualified, live uneducated, and we're out.